Hey y'all, it's your boy Rose and Gold here to talk with y'all about astrology. You know, one of the questions I get asked a lot is, what are zodiac signs? People tend to know their sign, but be like, I know I'm a Capricorn, but I don't know what that means. And some cases, people say, I don't even know what zodiac I am, or don't even believe it, which is okay too. Water is made out of H2O, whether you know it or not. And water has three different forms. Whether you believe it or not, water is still solid, liquid, and gas. What I'm saying is that whether you know what the zodiacs are or believe in them, they have always been with us. So one thing about zodiac is that they've always been with mankind since recorded history, like math. Like ever since it was discovered, ever since we knew about it, it's always been in our recorded history. Not just American history, is universal. It's all over the world. China, Russia, Australia, Africa, Canada, wherever. It's still been recorded. They still use the zodiac signs. So what are zodiac signs? The constellations in the sky, particularly. See, another thing about zodiac signs is that to me, they're like the spiritual version of astronomy. So you have astronomy, and then you have astrology. So astronomy would tell you that, oh, this is a planet, and it's positioned this away from the Earth, and this is a star, and it's made of these particular gases and stuff like that. And then you get into astrology, where it's like, okay, this is a planet, and this is what this planet does spiritually. This is what energy this planet has. This is a star, and this is what energy this star has. And here's a constellation of stars, and together they bring this type of energy, which the zodiacs are all different characteristics of the human psyche. The reason why you're given a zodiac sign when you're born is because on that day, in that particular area, at that particular time, the Earth was under such and such constellation, this zodiac constellation, which will be, different on the same day here in China, because in America or in China, because in China is daytime, there is nighttime here, and they're looking at a different part of the sky than we are, even though it's the same time. Technically, it's not, and the position of the Earth is different. It's all about where you were born, what time you were born, what month you were born. So that's how they're judged. And today we're just gonna talk a little bit about each zodiac sign and just give a quick breakdown of some of their strengths and weaknesses. So, like I said, the zodiac signs are different parts of the human psyche. Each one represents a different part. That's why everybody's different. And in true astrology, you're not just one sign, because the constellations are all over the sky when you're born. One of the things that I like to do is just play around with the signs, with their characters, and how the energies work together. Today we're just gonna run down each sign, and we're gonna give some strengths and weaknesses on each one. So we're gonna start with Aquarius. And some of the strengths of an Aquarius would be its communication skills. The Aquarius, which actually now have the messenger, they're able to communicate very well, but they're also strong suits as scientists. Like they love to make things better. Some of the weaknesses of an Aquarius would be, they could be everywhere at one time, have a hard time focusing in on one particular thing because they're so good at a lot of things. I always want to solve something new. Then we're gonna look at the Pisces. Some of the strength of a Pisces is that it is very faithful sign, like to believe in things. They have faith. They don't need, to see something to believe it. They can vision, and some of their weaknesses would be that they are very emotional, where they get their feelings hurt easily, and they can become depressed and different things like that. Carries on illusions, carries on, and in that particular sign, that particular energy. So then you have the Aries. The strengths of the Aries is, their friendliness. And it's odd because Aries is known as, from being the planet ruled by the planet Mars, that they're known for, like the sign of war, which they are very, I would say, as a weakness, very impulsive. So like they do a lot of acting before they think. And that can, be quick to go to war, but they are very friendly, very kind. And their ability to, have a lot of friends because they're nice. People like them. Next, we're going to talk about the Taurus. The strength of a Taurus will be it's hard working. Like once a Taurus is set on a path, so Taurus is the bull. So if you put a bull on the path and it charges, nothing's going to stop that charge. It's hard to get a Taurus off course. Very hard working, very determined, very enduring people. And weaknesses would be their stubbornness. Very, very hard minded, which, now when I say strength and weakness, it's like, it's a weakness considered to be stubborn, but in a path of, business and determination, like you have to be stubborn. You can't let nobody persuade you or deter you from doing what you have your mindset to. So they consider strength and weaknesses like a human, but every strength has its weakness and every weakness has its strength. Remember that. Next, we're gonna move on to the Gemini. People know the Gemini as the twin. We get to, the weaknesses. They want to say, oh, they're two-faced, they're twins. Like, no, not necessarily. Like, the strength of a Gemini is its ability to gather information, its ability to spread information. Like, information is key, information is power. So Gemini loves information. One of their gifts. They love it. From them, they're gonna learn. They're gonna spread the word. Some of the weaknesses is that just like Aquarius, like the air signs, like they do like have a hard time sticking to one tab. That's almost different. Like they love information so much that they dive into this particular source of information, and it catches their eye at one time, but then something new. It's always something new, more information. So they stop studying that, be like, I'm gonna get back to that later. They always have that determination to get back to something, but they never do because there's always something else, always something new, more things, more shiny things. I call them shiny things that catch the Gemini's eye. They're gone. So, moving on to Cancer. I always consider the Cancer as like the mother of the zodiacs. So, very nurturing. The Cancer is very family oriented, very nurturing. I would say, like, for Cancers, because like everybody in the family comes to them for nurturement and to talk to, like they never have that, Cancer to talk to. So they figure themselves, they keep a lot inside, and you could call that a weakness, keeping a lot inside, moody, or passive aggressive. So those would be some of the weaknesses and strength of a Cancer. Moving on to Leo. Uh, People know the Leo as the lion, and people think, the Leo, the lion, the brave, which, I would consider them very brave because they are always like willing to be in the spotlight. And I consider that brave in order to be the person that's willing to stand up and be, the face, the voice, the star. We all need somebody that's willing to step up and be that voice, that star, that face. But I consider it one of the strengths of a Leo is I consider them very, generous. They're very giving people. Like Leo, they give you, and they love to give. Like, it makes them happy, and I consider that's a strength. While as weakness could be that because of the fact that they do like to take the lead, they can be very controlling in a way, which, like I said, every weakness is a strength, and every strength has a weakness because, like, how you gonna lead? How you gonna represent? How you gonna be the voice? How you gonna be the star if you're not in control? So that's one thing that a Leo do like to establish in relationships, or like, I'm not just talking about like relationships, like any type of relationship, business relationships, friendship relationships. Like, the Leo wants to be the one in control because they believe that they're the voice, they're the lead, they're the star. Virgos. So I consider Virgos very analytical. They love to like nitpick things, data, very observant to details. Very good planners, So a lot of things come with the ability to be able to analyze a situation and calculate the steps towards taking that situation on. And a weakness could be that they're indecisive, and like I said, I believe it's because they understand how important a decision is. So to just like on a blink of an eye decide something, that could be the wrong decision. So they think, like I said, they're analytical, they analyze. So they analyze each decision before making that decision. They let it go on a path in their mind of where they believe that decision might take them.
Then we have the Libra, that's known for the scales. So the strengths would be in balance and being able to weigh out, two sides of a story, you know, and being able to determine, have discernment of what, you know, is true or what is right and what is wrong, and very strong sense of justice. While I say a weakness could be that, you know, Libras kind of want things to go their way. You know, they do believe that they are able to determine the right way, and that if it don't go their way, they could be, you know, very sensitive about that. And also, they're overthinkers. They tend to think a lot over a situation, and that can be considered a weakness as well.
Next, moving on, we have the Scorpio. Scorpios are very passionate, and weakness of Scorpio would be that they can be very intimidating. I don't know if you've been in the presence of a Scorpio, but I'm a Scorpio. So yeah, I mean they could be considered intimidating, hard to approach. Next, moving on to the Sagittarius. To me, the Sagittarius always is gonna be known to me as the teacher, you know, and I would say like their strengths would be, you know, the ability to uh, teach and their love for adventure. Uh, yeah, it's definitely a traveling sign. People that like to go out and see the world. Um, a weakness would be that they are impatient. You know, patience is a virtue. But like I said, there's always strengths and weaknesses. Next, I think last, the Sagittarius. Yeah, and then Capricorn. Capricorn will be last. Capricorn, uh, they have a lot of strengths. I feel like their strength would be their determination and their discipline. Being able to, you know, like stick to something for a long time. And their weakness would be, you know, like they can be considered greedy or ruthless, especially when it comes to accomplishing a goal. They kind of do whatever it takes. So there we go. We have 12 zodiac signs. Each sign is a part of the human psyche. Each sign carries different human traits, and um, each sign could be in you. So look up your natal chart, know your signs, know your zodiac signs, know which signs are in you, and just like see how that reads, see how that express for you. And if you like it, you know, come back. I'm gonna be sharing more astrology knowledge with y'all, more stuff about the zodiacs. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Chilling here, kicking back with Rose and Gold. I'm gone, y'all.